So I already started drinking because I'm gonna film another episode of my drunk feminism right after this. And this is like kind of a fun video, so why not? Why not go with it? Before we get started, I do want to address the fact that there were no videos for me last week, which you probably didn't notice or care about, but I was having a bit of a bad mental health week, so I decided it was probably in my own best interest to take a break. I also just had other stressful work stuff and personal shit going on. But I'm back, bitches. We don't say bitches on this channel. So this started as a thread on my Twitter, but this is something I'm very curious about, what shows people watched in their formative years and teenage years and also just early adulthood that helped them realize that they were gay or queer or bi or whatever. And I got a lot of responses. So here are 7 shows that made me gay. I mean, they didn't make me queer, but they contributed. Is this the gay agenda? Republicans were right. Television really was turning kids gay. Holy shit. Number 1, Degrassi. I need to make a whole video about Degrassi because Degrassi was very formative for me. Let's bring this up in every fucking video where I talk about my sexuality, but I went to Catholic school. Did you guys know that? I bet you had no fucking idea because I don't talk about it every single video. So my Catholic school experience pretty much lives up to the stereotype of Catholic school in the sense that it essentially is brainwashing young children into believing really conservative things because they don't present any other options or information, so that's all you know growing up. Especially if you're attending Catholic school from kindergarten through 8th grade, which is what I did, you're pretty sheltered from other outside ideas. So pretty much most of my alternative information I was receiving was from television shows like Degrassi. I fucking love Degrassi. I think for anyone who's familiar with the show in terms of gay representation, the first character that would come to mind is Marco. But for me, the characters that I was the most drawn to and were the most eye-opening for me in terms of sexuality was Palix, which is Paige Michalchuk and Alex Nunes. It was great. That was great content. I don't think this is spoilers because this show came out a million years ago. If I remember correctly, Alex is pretty firmly established as a lesbian character, and Paige is kind of in that gray area that television puts its bisexual characters into where they're am I bisexual? I don't know. I'm not gonna put a label on it. I know they use the word bisexual, but I don't think Paige ever identifies as bisexual, unless I'm not remembering because it's been a while. But there was a scene where they were dancing at a club, and then they go over to either Paige or Alex's house, and then they kiss, and it's super weird the next morning, but I was truly living as a 12 or 13-year-old. So alive. Number 2 is kind of embarrassing, but I think if we're all honest with ourselves, I think this was an eye-opener for a lot of people. Glee. Glee was not great with much. It was not great with a lot of things. It wasn't great with having a cohesive storyline past season 1. It wasn't great with having any sort of character development that was consistent. Season 2, pink-haired Quinn Fabray was a blessing for a lot of queer women. It was truly a gift. It was just a complete 180 flip on Quinn's personality, which was weird. But that pink hair though, I was into it. I was also just really into Britannia, as was most of the internet. And then I stopped watching during season 4 because there was nothing keeping me there. Glee was not great about handling its bisexual characters. I know that bisexuality and Brittany's character in particular, who was bi in the show, were often the butt of the joke. Some of the jokes were pretty funny, I will admit, but they were problematic, and we've all learned and grown. This is probably my oldest example, and it's not even queer representation in the slightest. It was just a female character I had a crush on when I was a kid. Teen Titans. I loved Tara so much, which was probably weird because she was literally a 2-dimensional cartoon character. But here we are. Don't lie to me and say that you've never had a crush on a cartoon character, because I have had to read some of the nastiest fucking comments about Simba from The Lion King, so don't even joke with me right now. I'm gonna count this one because I used to watch this a lot when I was 10, because I feel like this was one of the first times I ever saw bisexuality represented on a show. This is a weird one. 13 from House. who you may know as the real-life person Olivia Wilde. So you get it, you get it. That also definitely led to me looking up other roles that Olivia Wilde was in, and one of those roles was the OC. I don't remember her character's name, but she's also like queer or bisexual, and she has a relationship with Misha Barton. I did not give a fuck about that show, but I certainly watched a lot of compilation videos of their relationship on YouTube, so pretty good. I don't know what number we're on anymore, but Pretty Little Liars, or PLL, or Pull. Definitely originally had a crush on Emily Fields because at the time she was the only gay character on the show. Then I got a little bored with Emily, but I had a huge crush on Spencer Hastings because Troyan Belisario is beautiful. I feel like I also saw spoilers about Spencer's character, so that crush may have not have continued. But when I watched it when I was in high school, I was really into it. So this is another high school show, but Skins, I was so into Skins. The UK version, because the American version was not very good. Yeah, there is a lot of good gay stuff in that show. Hannah Murray's character, Cassie, was bisexual, I think. I definitely had big ol' eyes for Effie Stoneham, because duh. And then in season 2, there was an actual major gay storyline between two women, Naomi and Emily, and I remember watching that in my room, like with my lights off, just being like, I hope my parents don't come in, even though I was like 16 or 17, because it was incredibly gay. It's very Tumblr 2010, I feel like. The last show I'm gonna mention is the most recent, but I didn't come out till I was 22, so it still counts. Just think of the gayest show with women on Netflix. Are you thinking of it? Yeah, it's Orange is the New Black. Duh. I was really into Nikki in the first season, and then I don't know if it was season 2 or Samira Wiley's character. Oh my god, just kill me. So good. Anyway, that is my list of television shows that made me realize I was bisexual. I'm sure you guys have a lot of television shows that were also formative for you figuring out or solidifying your sexuality, so definitely leave those below because I'm really interested. I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of Buffy and like the L word, but you know, surprise me. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this one. Also, this is completely voluntary, but if you would like to help support this channel, then please consider donating to my Patreon page, which will be linked below. It's got a lot of cool content, such as secret vlogs, access to exclusive video scripts, and even a monthly feminist newsletter, so definitely check it out.